Hello, thank you for joining me. My name is Rebecca. I want to share a few things with you today that the Lord put on my heart to share. It's about the end times and the prophecy of Daniel and what you can see, what you can't, what you understand. We can kind of see everything now. I mean, if you wanted to pull up a video of a live camera in a zoo of an animal giving birth, you can do it, and watch it live. I mean, there's cameras on Mars, there's cameras in everybody's hands, there's ring cameras, cameras on the buildings, CCTV cameras, there's worldwide surveillance. The ring cameras we know now are surveillancing everybody. I mean, you can see everything, right? This is like a physical see everything now. But Jesus was talking about when you start to see these things, know that the time is at hand. So those are the things I want to talk to you about. Also, I want to talk to you about is the prophecy of Daniel. So we're going to go through these scriptures. We're going to talk about the end days and what they're supposed to look like, lawlessness, people lovers of themselves, loving this image, the image of the beast. So let's kind of go through some of these things. And don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button along the way. All right, let's get started. Okay, so we kind of already talked about the cameras and that you can kind of see everything. So I really want you to see what I'm saying. My idea of this is to bring light to the table, to kind of put light into the scriptures. You could kind of open them up and see what you're looking at here. Because you have to be able to discern the time that we're living in. God said, come up out of her, my people. Come up out of Babylon. This is like the last day. Look at what we're up against right now. Okay? God's children, though, we have the victories. So let's go to Matthew 24, verse 15. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken by Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Now the second one in Mark is the same one, hear me out, Mark 13, verse 14. But when ye shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet standing where it ought not, let him that readeth understand. Okay, so where are these places? We are the vessel, our heart. God wrote his word on our heart, right? We worship him in spirit and in truth out of our mouth, from our hearts. The kingdom is within us. Within. Okay, so this place of worship is in your heart. That's the place of worship. So as we look at the world and what they're worshiping and all this idolatry, people worshiping the sports industry, the entertainment industry, the beauty industry. I mean, people are up in the religious stuff, just bowing down to idols and false gods and literally just statues and crosses and whatever, but they're not doing works. They're not faith with the works. They're just faith, say the prayer, go stand before the image, and then do what you're supposed to do and go about your day. Okay, that's not what this is. That's not what we're supposed to do. So this holy place is a place of worship. So you really got to look within and see what you're worshiping. Who are you trying to be like? What image are you trying to be like? The image of God is a spiritual, fruitful image, right? Gentleness, kindness, meekness. You don't worship false gods. You don't worship other people. You love the Lord. You seek him first. I mean, you have all these qualities of his seed versus somebody who loves themselves into idolatry. You know, they like watching what other people are doing. They're going to get the injections and doing all those things that let them look like somebody else because they worship how somebody else looks. And not only that, they see how other people are being worshiped and they want to be like them. And that's what idolatry is. And our world is full of that right now, full of images and satanic worships and all different kinds of stuff right in our face. It's just abundant. Like, what's God going to do about it? Like, it ain't the time. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving forward. So now remember, we're going to talk about this holy place of worship again. But just remember that this holy place is within you. It used to be back in those days, they'd carry around the Ark of the Covenant. You know what I'm saying? That was the holy place, and it sat inside the tent, and that was the shrine. You know, that was the holy place. Until Jesus Christ came in and put the word and wrote it on our hearts. And now this is the place of worship within us. So now in the latter days, this mammon that's out here, you see these people worshiping it. This is what we're going to talk about. Okay, so in Matthew 16, when it is evening, ye say it'll be fair weather, for the sky is red. And in the morning it'll be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, you can discern the face of the sky, but you cannot discern the signs of the times. So you have to be discerning this. You have to be looking at the times. Like, you have to be looking out and going, oh my gosh, what is going on? Okay? And if you're not, if you're not doing that, then you might be one of them. All right? Okay. What did Jesus say the end would look like? Okay. He said it would look like the days of Noah. That people would be marrying, eating, and drinking. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it also be in the days of the Son of Man. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. Okay, these are the times we live in right now. Look at what they're out there doing and nobody paying attention. Meanwhile, somebody secretly is over here building an ark. And when he goes up in the ark, that's the day it starts to rain. Okay? But nobody else is aware of this, what's going on. So that's kind of the time we live in. Somebody secretly over here has prepared something for you. You're supposed to go in this ark, but if you don't go in, you're out of there, buddy. You're out of there. Okay. Now he talked about the days of Sodom. In Luke 17, likewise also as it was in the days of Lot. Behold, this was the iniquity of thy sister Sodom, pride, fullness of bread, and the abundance of idleness. I mean, this society is full of pride, comfort, excess, public celebration, and immorality. I mean, it's just full of it. That's what the days of Sodom and Gomorrah were when God destroyed it. So this is what he say. Okay, now we can go back to this Daniel thing because that's like the end all right there. When this happens where he ought not, when this mammon stands in this holy place, the place of worship, that's where it's at now. People are worshiping the mammon. We'll get there. 2 Timothy 3. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. People will be lovers of themselves, covetous, boasters, proud, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying its power. Now look at that form of godliness. People got millions of followers. They just got so much influence and all this kind of stuff. It's like a form of godliness because they're being worshipped. It's a form of godliness, but it's a false God. It's not the right God, okay? They have no power. All right, you got this selfie culture thing going on, personal branding obsession. People want to be a household name. They got all this other branding going on and all this kinds of crazy stuff that people worship. They'd rather have $100 and something $1,000 Hermes purse than buy some property or build a house and prepare for the day that's coming. Like, what? We gotta get our heads on straight. You guys trying to look like a whole nother image, the image of the mammon, not the image of God. Honestly, it's disgusting. Okay, I say it's disgusting, but you have to also remember that I hate what the Lord hates. I really do. It just that's how I feel in my heart. You know, we're supposed to be violently against what the Lord is against, especially in the day for today. I hate looking at that stuff. I don't do that. My daughters don't do that. You know, that's image and idol worship. Okay, we don't do that kind of stuff. If you out there chasing the bag, I know people that go work 16-hour shifts 7 days a week. They got 3 kids at home and somebody else is raising them because they trying to get that bag because they trying to literally get that purse. They want a Hermes purse by the end of the year. That's crazy. Meanwhile, you say you're a mom, but you're not at home. You ain't doing nothing with your kids. You got no influence over there. They disobedient. They don't know how to act. You ain't never around. You're going to turn around and be, I'm your mom, respect me. And they ain't going to be there to respect you because why respect you? You was chasing the Hermes purse or whatever you was chasing. It's more than just the purses and the bags and the shoes and the clothes and the belts and the hats and whatever. It's more than just that. It's also the looks, how people want to look. They want to be chased and worshipped. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to me. Absolutely. Anyway, moving on. Lawlessness and the love of many growing cold, right? So in Matthew 24, nation shall rise against nation, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. This is how you get to feel. Like, how do we know that? You just get sick of it. I get sick of it. I'm tired. You go to work every day for what? The enemy? I'm a nurse. I pass medications. I feel like sometimes I worked in a prison and I was passing medications to the prisoners and they were like, how's my favorite drug dealer? I'm like, drugs for thugs. Just joking around, got to make a joke out there. You got to kind of giggle or else you'll cry. It's sad. But that's how I kind of took it too, because like that's what it's become nowadays. It's not just pharmaceuticals, it's drugs. And they're pushing these drugs in prison and they're changing people into females, males into females. Like it's all different kinds of stuff. But I'm just saying, the world we live in right now, what? You better if you haven't discerned the day we live in and you haven't, like even Jesus, man, what? The Lord just put a scripture on remember, I think was it John? Woe to you vipers. Who told you to come and get baptized for the upcoming wrath or something like that? Like what? Like this is nuts. Anyways, let me get back to where I was. All right, so in the latter days too, the knowledge will be increased. Look at knowledge right now. Look what you can do, okay? You no longer have to wait for the book or the newspaper to come out and read it. Like you can see everything going on live right now. People scrolling and you can just watching stuff. I was pulling up YouTube videos on like how to make wine from fruits and like you don't have to go to college for this stuff. You don't even have to read in a book anymore. Knowledge is just out there and it's free and people are willing to give it to you free. Like listen to me here sharing scriptures of what I know for free. Like this is what it is. So knowledge is increased and you can just see it everywhere. It's an informational war out there right now. It's what people are fighting over. Knowledge. It's always been the thing. The knowledge of good and evil. The tree of life. So you have to take on this knowledge, the knowledge of God, and you have to utilize it for your benefit. And what he shared with you, the scriptures, my God, they save your soul. You got to eat them. You got to drink it. You got to keep watering it. It's crazy. You got to keep up on it or you're going to get lost out here in the dark. I hope your oil lamp is full. It's a race. It's a path, a race to the end. And it's he who endured to the end that's going to get there. You got to keep on it, guys. Come on. Increase your knowledge with God. You got to know him. Depart from me, I never knew you. He's going to say that to a lot of people. Depart from me, I never knew you. You're standing right next to him, but he don't know you. Do you know your God? You're standing next to him. Do you know him? You better be asking yourself these things. Do you just know a couple scriptures? And you like those couple scriptures because you like to use them against people when it suits you well for your own self-righteousness. But meanwhile, you wicked and lazy, idle. Ugh, get out of here. Anyway, moving on to the next one. Okay, the image of the seen versus the unseen. This one's crazy. Got people out there taking selfies and stuff, right? They got their filters up and they got all these things going on. But behind the scenes, some of them are miserable. You ever see those posts where people are posting, like just yesterday, the guy posted something so wonderful about him and his family, and the next day he committed suicide. Why? Because behind the scenes, shit was horrible. Death, dying, destruction, doubt, unfaithfulness, fear. Oh, most of all, fear. Eat these people alive, but the image looks good. You got yourself out there. You looking real good. It looks like things are going well. You look happy. You look like you got a smile on your face, but you showing this image and it ain't really you. You could have got help if you would have shown people the real you. You got to be real. Don't be fake. Even like artificial intelligence for some reason, even though all things God is control of, and I don't doubt that for 1 minute, and God's going to use everything for his good. However, artificial intelligence lets you know the day we live in. Artificial, fake. And it's just normal. It's accepted. They don't care. Like you got fake people talking to you, fake people teaching you. And schools aren't even probably going to be schools anymore. They're probably just going to be fake AI people teaching you about fake subjects. It don't make no fake difference. Honestly, crazy. I'm tired. You can see that this is a passionate subject of mine. Because God created man in his own image. You can't be out there chasing this beast image, this idol image. You can't be chasing that. You gotta stop. You gotta stop trying to look like somebody else. Try to look like your creator. If you ain't trying to look like your creator, then your creator is the God of the world, the devil, the seen image. That's what you chasing after. Go ahead. Because you know what? That's going to discern which ones are God and which ones aren't. That's not my standards, because I could see the difference. When people open their mouth, I could see energy at this point. It's just thick out there. You could just visualize it, really. If you're paying attention, if you're not distracted, okay? You better not be distracted. The corruption of the image. And change the glory of the incorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man. What? So you say they changed the image of beauty. You can't change the image of beauty. The beauty you talking about is vain beauty. You can change that image because it's vain. It's vain. You change it all you want. People change their looks, their hairdos, their eyelashes, their noses, the lips, their butts, the waist. I don't care what you change. Your heart is still the same. You could still be a demon and look really good. You could look really bad and be an angel of God. You know what? The Lord just be disguising his children. So never, ever, ever forget what God is doing in the unseen. Okay? Don't ever forget it. All right. The beast and the image. In Revelation 13, we talk about that they should make an image to the beast. And that's kind of what we was just talking about, to be honest. That image of the beast, the mammon. That you got to fit into this certain category. You got to have a snatched waist. Your breasts got to be a certain way. You got to be a certain kind of skinny. You have to look into this category of beauty, or else you're considered, look at them. Oh, you know what I'm saying? That's why people feel that they are so stressed to get online. Like I kind of was myself. Like, I don't want people to get the wrong idea of me. I'm just trying to be me and be myself. But this is the real me. I talk about God all the time. So I guess if you can see past the skin and the hair and all that kind of stuff, then you'll get the real me of what's coming out of my heart and what's coming out of my mouth. Okay, so that's what you have to go after and discern people by, really, is what's coming out of their mouth. What do you see them talking about? Who do they praise? Who do they worship? Is it themselves? Okay, the system in the book of Revelation, the beast, the mammon, that the Babylonian system is the world that we live in today. The wars, the rumors of wars, kingdom against kingdom, that's what's going on. The children of God versus the children of the devil. Bottom line, no matter what nation you in, no matter what city, where you go to school, what color your skin is, what religion you are, it don't matter. Don't matter where you are. You either a child of God or you a child of the devil, the father of lies. You either a wholesome, godly man, godly woman. You are a man of your word, like the Lord was. You good people. Or you a liar, a manipulator, a hater, an idolater, a lover of self, narcissist. There's just two things going on, okay? We talked about that in the other video. Like Jesus was talking about, you cannot serve God and mammon. You can't be hot and cold. It'd be one or the other. Just pick one. You know what I'm saying? You can't be both. You can't go to church and then sit at your table and be like, I love you, Lord. Thank you for this food. And then be online and be like, trying to be like everybody else and doing all this stuff and change the way you look and doing all this stuff, all this fake shit. You know if you are. You know, you put God into 5 minutes on Sunday and 1 minute before you eat, and the rest of the time is the world's. Like, if that's your majority, then that's what you're after. Okay? So you really got to examine yourself. I'm not saying none of these things so you can go around and judge somebody else with them. It's more or less you got to be looking at yourself too. Like, I myself at one point in my life had been distracted in certain ways, you know what I'm saying? But the Lord saved me from a lot of that stuff, and I'm thankful for it, and I want to help save other people from it. I'm not trying to judge nobody. This is no respective person. Okay, no respective person. This all of us have been victim to the world and its schemes and its cunningness. Okay, all of us. It's just a matter of learning and discerning, and you have to absorb more word, absorb more scriptures, or else you're not going to know what's going on for the day. The Lord told you when you start to see these things, know that the time is at hand. We say, well, what time it is? The fields were already white with harvest back then. I mean, the past and the present and the now, when they all meet together, that's what time it is. When everything that the Lord talked about for the future and everything that had been 2,000 years ago, and now we see it all comes into the now. We're like, oh, that's what time it is. It's now. It's no longer the latter days. It's no longer the latter moments, the last minutes. It's the last right now. It's right now. The abomination of desolation is happening as we speak. You can turn on your TV and see it, your phone, your iPad, your computer, or whatever device you have. Just anything you watch. The Super Bowl just happened, and you can't escape the images of that. The opening ceremony of the Olympics, a satanic symbol. Like the day we live in right now, it's just out there. You have to see it. You see it, right? Tell me you see it. Maybe comment. Tell me how. I know there's other things. I express what's on my mind. I have a little outline here that I'm reading from, so I kind of say my commentary. I don't read from anything. But please comment and say some other stuff. I love responding and everything to you guys, and whatever you have to say is kind of interesting to me too. So definitely comment. If you see other things in the world that is bothering you, that you see that is satanic and stuff, the other things. I mean, every industry is involved. It's like the music industry, the sports industry, the entertainment industry, news, social media, religion, the government, the laws, the judicial system. Oh my gosh, and everything. It's in everything. There's some other stuff too. The movie industry, I mean, it's everywhere, okay? Putting subliminal messages in your head and trying to get you to worship the image of the beast. That's what all this stuff is geared to do, to distract you from God, to pull you away from the Lord so you don't know the time that you're living in, so you outside the boat. That's where the devil wants you, okay? The Lord, though, He's trying to draw you out of that system. But there's a problem. There's a problem. If you don't want to go anywhere, then that's not a problem for the Lord. It's a problem for you. You're going to have to be obedient. You're going to have to say, yeah, I do that. I do that. Let me put my phone down. I got to take this app off my phone. I got to stop spending this. I'm going to stop spending so much time at work. I'm going to go home and spend some time with my kids. I'm going to see what they want to do. I'm going to see what they got going on. I'm going to talk to them, have some expectations, and do this and that. Like, you got to do something about it. If you want to change in your life, if you really believe that it's the day of Jesus Christ, then my God, why haven't you changed anything, right? Like, you got to put the phone down. You got to put the stuff down that's keeping you from God. Come on, you can do it. Okay, fill up with more word. Fill up with more scripture. Get online and start listening to some good stuff, not the prosperity gospel. Really get into some Bible studies and start discerning it for yourself. Put yourself away. Get obedient. Do some fasting. Do some prayer. Get away from the chaos. Take the people that are causing the chaos out of your life and get away from them. Sit down with God. Examine yourself. Ask God to show you yourself. You can only get better if you want to, if you really put in the work to do so. Faith without works is dead. There's a work to be done. You don't want to be a wicked and lazy servant. You got to get up, get out of Babylon, get out of there. Come work in the kingdom for the Lord. We're going to build this kingdom together. We got to do something. There's too many fake pastors and preachers and antichrists and false gods and stuff out there. You probably could be following one of them or listening to one of them. The devil's cunning. He twists words. He makes them sound really good, but they're horrible. They get you to do horrible things secretly, like get you to worship yourself. Man. Like, for instance, I heard a sermon someone talking about in the church. Sow a seed of $1,000 and the Lord's going to bless you with 10,000. Like, that's going to be your harvest. Seed time and harvest. That is not seed time and harvest. That is literally the devil taking that seed of sowing and reaping and putting it into, give us some money and we hope God blesses you. But they ain't going to do it. They just want your money. Okay, so they use this seed and harvest thing of a reap and sow idea, and they put it into the words, they preach it to the people, and you think you're sowing a good seed of money, you're going to get something back, but these people's off to buy jets with it, out on vacations, out doing crazy stuff with your money. You could be giving it to somebody who's probably online, or you could be going down to the local homeless shelter and helping somebody literally and paying your tithe that way. Get online, listen to some scriptures, get into the book. There's other ways to serve God than to go running to these churches. Now, I'm not saying every church. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Because that's where I went to church too myself. Okay. But when I realized the church of God and the church of heaven was within me, that changed. It started coming out rather than me having to soak it in so much, okay? So it's just a different time we're living in. You have to understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying going to church is bad either, because that's all sometimes all some people have. And so continue doing whatever you're doing, but don't hesitate to make changes if you don't feel that your relationship is there. If you feel like you're losing God, or you feel like you're not as close to him as you'd like to be, or that you want to get closer in any kind of way, shape, or form, you have to make a change. You have to get more obedient. You have to do something different then, okay? You have to get less distracted. You have to do a change. You have to do something for the Lord, okay? Put yourself away. And maybe that's what God needs you to do for your relationship to grow in him, okay? So you definitely won't want to be a part of no Tower of Babel and the Babylonian system and this artificial system of fake people and fake things and fake systems. My God, the government makes laws for you to abide by, and they don't abide by them themselves. Not all of them, okay? But the president has 30-something felonies. When I was in prison, I was giving people who had 60-plus years medications behind this big iron door for one felony. This is not justice. This is not right. God is a God of righteousness and what's right. These things aren't right. And if you don't think that God is not going to do something about it, then so you were just waiting for the Lord to come back to the vineyard. Jesus was like, what do you think God's going to do when he gets back? Are you crazy? If I was the Lord, I'd kill all of them. But then it's in the Lord's hands, thankfully so. Because I would be like, what? But the Lord already did it before. Noah, the flood, Sodom and Gomorrah, fire and brimstone. I mean, he's proven himself before to be God. I mean, why wouldn't he do it again? All things that has been is what will be, so we'll just go with that, right? Anyways, there's sexual immorality at its peak right now, iniquity at a full. I mean, we're there, guys. Come on. 2 Corinthians. While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. Okay, so the things that haven't been seen is what I'm trying to show you to be the seen. So we're trying to bring and manifest the unseen into the seen. That's what faith does, right? Like before they even invented the car, right? Before it was the car, it was an idea. And then someone had the idea of combustion and the oil and grease and gasoline. We're going to do this and do that and put some wheels on it and then make it move. And then before you know it was a car. So these unseen ideas, and we become creators like our own creator. So these kinds of things have to be talked about. These kinds of things have to be seen, understood, and then you have to do something about it. See, that's the key. You can't just go to church all the time, learn new stuff, and then not do something about it. Like you're supposed to be doing something. You have to be sitting idle with what God gave you. Like he gives you an investment of faith. You learn so much. What are you going to do with it? Okay? We're supposed to overcome this evil kingdom that's out there. It's a war, right? Who's going to win, right? We already know who's going to win. That was a facetious question. I'm just saying, if you're a warrior for the Lord, we are going to overcome this kingdom, okay? The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous. The Lord has it sitting over there for us, but we got to go get it. I'm not saying go out there and start killing people. That is not the message. That is not the message. I'm talking about use your sword in your mouth, your armor. Put on the whole armor of Christ and go out there and just speak it. Faith without works is dead. You guys get yourself together. There's a fight coming. We already know it's a fight out there now, but it's just that time. It's that time, okay? Doomsday clock, we ain't looking at that clock. We're looking at the clock with no hands. That's what time it is. That's what time it is. All right, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this message. God bless you. Have a great day.